Hello my fellow readers, in this video I'm going to talk about City of Stardust. This is by Georgia Summers, who I've never read from before, so I don't know if this is a debut or not. I should probably look that up beforehand. But regardless, this is an adult fantasy book. It was one of my Fairy Loot books, so this is the Fairy Loot edition. That's part of why I wanted to talk about it, is just to show like what kind of books are coming from Fairy Loot. And I will also just say that I absolutely love, this is one of my favorite covers and designs. I just think it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful, and it makes me happy to look at it. But let's go into more of the nitty-gritty of it. Here's the description from the book. There is a cost to survival, Violet Everly. It is just a matter of fine-tuning the price. For centuries, Everlys have seen their brightest and best disappear, taken as punishment for a crime no one remembers, for a purpose no one understands. Their tormentor is a woman named Penelope, who never ages, never grows sick, and never forgives a debt. 10 years ago, Violet Everly's mother left to break the curse and never returned. Now Violet must find her mother, or she will be taken in her place. Her hunt leads her into its seductive, magical underworld of power-hungry scholars, fickle gods, and monsters bent on revenge, and into the path of Penelope's quiet assistant Alexander, who she knows cannot be trusted, and yet to whom she finds herself undeniably drawn. Tied to a very literal deadline, Violet will travel to the edges of the world to find her mother and the key to the City of Stardust, where the Everly story began. That actually is very descriptive of what happens in the book. Right from the beginning, we see Penelope take a child. I think might have been Alexander, but I don't remember. We see her take a child with her, and then we flash over to Penelope coming to the Everly's home, and she meets Violet's uncle. She actually has two uncles, but she's staying with the one uncle. The other uncle kind of like, I think he's traveling around technically to find the mother, but also I think is more transient in general. But anyway, the other uncle's not there. So she runs into the one uncle, and now I feel like I should go back and see the uncle's names, but they're always in the background, but they don't play as huge of a part as Violet herself. So Penelope goes to Violet's house and is ready to take her away as per, I think first she would have been trying still for the mother, but she's going after Penelope because she couldn't get the mother, and she approaches the uncle, and the uncle is like, hey, no, wait, you were supposed to take her mother. How about you give us, I think it's 10 years. He's like, how about you give us 10 years? We'll find her mother, and you can take her because she was supposed to be the one that you took. And I guess for some reason, Penelope agrees to this, but I think in part it's because that is kind of the curse or the agreement, is that that's the way it goes. And also, I think she just figured it wouldn't matter anyway because she would end up winning in the end. And at that time as well, Penelope had Alexander with her, and so Violet and Alexander met when they were kids. Like they sent them off, like, go children, go play. And so they met each other when they were kids. Then Penelope leaves with Alexander, and the years fly by in the meantime, and they could not find Violet's mom, who, I'm kind of torn because she did leave, I guess, to break the curse, but at the same time, she also kind of fled to flee the curse. And she seems to not really, in that sense, care about what happens to her daughter, because she had to have known that Penelope wouldn't just, like, leave them alone and would go after Violet. So, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. So jumping ahead, it's been all these years. They have not been able to find Violet's mom, and they know that Penelope will be coming to take Violet. And it is by that time, like, the other uncle has come and gotten aware of the situation and all that jazz. So he like I said, they both are, like, there. But soon Violet takes center stage because she comes to kind of realize what's going on. It's very, this is one of those fantasies that's kind of a slow build-up, and there's a lot of relationships and information happening and passing along. You can't always know who to trust. In the grand scheme of things here, she does end up running into Alexander. Alexander, he's an interesting character because he's been with Penelope for a number of years, and he really wants to be, I think it's a scholar, I think is what they call them. He really wants to be a scholar, but he hasn't been accepted yet. He's convinced that if he can, I think, find the key to the city of Stardust, he'll be taken. But I think it's also in part like getting Penelope to be, no, to getting Violet to be with Penelope. It's all very, very twisted. But he's just hoping that some of his actions will get him to be accepted into the scholars. Like, that's his whole goal in life. And he does tell Violet all of this, and that also kind of impacts Violet in the fact of why she doesn't always trust him, because she feels like he'll do whatever it takes to become a scholar. That's like what he wants. But at the same time, the two are like drawn to each other, and so there does become that tension of, you know, can I either let go of this person or betray them because I like them? It's as simple as that. And I guess the whole part is they are trying to uncover what happened in the past that kind of cursed the Everleys. Why did they get cursed? And I don't know whether or not to get into that, but there's like an old folk tale, I guess I would say, that gets kind of told throughout the story as well, that has to do with why the Everleys are cursed, if we can believe that tale. Because there's also like two versions of the story that are going around, and so it's like you sort of realize that you're never necessarily going to know the whole truth about what happened and who was betrayed or wasn't betrayed and what was decided, because you have kind of two impacted lines and it has fed down through the years. And so I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's the story that we get told, but then it kind of ends with this line that's like, or that's like one version of the story. Like, is that really what happened? And I'm like, I don't know. You're telling me the story. It was good. I liked this one. I don't think that it was perfect. Like, it's not, you know, favorite of the year, but at the same time, I really enjoyed it. It was kind of just almost like listening to somebody tell you a tale. It was kind of like that. And I could sort of see this cinematically. Like, I could imagine this being a film or a short series. I just think that would be kind of cool and like softly magical, where like this kind of mystery is uncovered throughout the series or the movie. I could see it more as a short series, to be honest, because I think you would want that episodic development of the mystery, because that's very much how it read. And I liked that. So they do, of course, kind of go on a soft mystery where they're trying to figure out what's going on. And, you know, why is Penelope after the Everleys? And then is there a way to save Violet from being taken? And I don't know, I liked it. Like, it was just kind of, it wasn't a cozy story, but it kind of had cozy vibes to me. Like, it was just very, the way it unfolded was enjoyable to me, if that makes sense. And I liked the ending, because I feel like, I don't want to give it away. I just feel like it worked. The ending worked. I enjoyed it very much. And you're kind of like, yes, I could see that being the ending with the way that the characters were presented in the book. This ending makes sense. It's very authentic for the ending. And that's all I'm going to say. If you want to know what I mean by it, you're going to have to read it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And of course, the release of the actual book does not look this way. I don't remember if this has a reversed cover of it. Sort of, yeah. I think it looks similar to this. And it has like the key that they're after. And I don't know. I just liked it. Make my book look pretty again. I did enjoy it. I would say, you know, if you like kind of fantasies like that, that also have kind of a regular setting. I don't know. I thought it was good. But that's it for this video. Until next time. Bye.